right now for the next 55 minutes. Man, it must be early, Miss Jen. It must be early. I got about 30 minutes to give you some good nuggets that will help you for the rest of your life. Are you ready to learn? Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. All right. Zig Ziglar said this: if you aim at nothing, you will hit it every time. Common sense quote, right? But think about it. If I just throw stuff out there and don't hit anything, I'm going to hit it every time, right? You're batting zero. Good job. Pick something, make a plan for it, and like Larry the Cable Guy said, get her done. How you doing? Ha! Woo! Next slide. All right. So, this quote, accountability breeds excellence. That's my quote. I trademarked that quote, meaning I went out and I bought the rights to that quote. I own that quote. In fact, when I substituted for Miss Porter, we used to do bell ringers, so you guys do bell ringers, right? We did bell ringers, and the first quote my kids did was, accountability breeds excellence. What's it mean to you? So, what does accountability mean? Well, Merriam-Webster Dictionary says that the quality is the quality or state of being accountable. All right. What else? Anything over here? Sports? Soccer? I like it. Aren't you accountable to your team members? To eat right, to sleep right, to play the best you can at every activity? Yes, sure you do. Peer, what's that mean? Peer accountability. Let's say Mr. Porterfield and I are peers. If I see Mr. Porterfield doing something wrong, what should I say to him? Stop it. With tact. With tact, right? Mr. Porterfield, maybe you shouldn't be doing that. If I'm doing something wrong, I guarantee he'll tell me, knock it off. How you doing? Keep me doing, knock it off. All right, fair enough. Accountability is the glue that ties commitment to the result. Bob Proctor said that. What's that mean? It means accountability is the glue. You got commitment and you got results. What ties it together? Accountability. Doing the right thing. So far, so good? All right. Breeds. What's breeds mean? Well, it has to do with dogs and making more dogs, but not in our context. Right? Our context means this: to enhance an action. To keep something going good. It's the opposite of something bad. Duh. How you doing? That's what I'm talking about. And you don't have to answer me. It's rhetorical. I'll say, how you doing about 7,000 times before I leave. How you doing? You know what I'm saying? Pick up what I'm putting down. How you doing? I love that saying. All right, move right along. Make your own bed in the morning. I guarantee you, if you get up doing a small task like making your bed in the morning, you might think it's not a big deal. But later on during the day, it'll start adding up. You'll start doing more and more things that are good. It sounds small, but try it for a week. Try making your bed every day for a week and see if your day don't go better the rest of the day. So far, so good? All right. Making a point to smile and ask everyone how they're doing. And not just like this. How you doing, Jen? How many of you been there before? How many done it to you before? How you doing today? I don't get no more attitude than man on the moon. How you doing today? Oh, you look kind of down. Something going on? Or you look happy. You must have a great instructor right now. Yeah, how you doing? That's what I'm talking about. Woo-hoo! All right, moving right along. Mentally, physically, and spiritually, right? Mentally means being smart, reading books, doing what you're supposed to do in school, right? Physically, other than sports teams, staying in shape, walking, running, doing something besides this. Got him. Got him? Hey, how you doing over there at yours, man? You got your dudes? Whatever you do, everything in context, right? Don't do it all the time. And spiritual. I'm not going to preach at you, but have somebody you can talk to get things out. Don't bottle things up. That's what that means. Excellence, you have to have good mental, good physical, a good spiritual ability. Copy? Good? Good? All right. So here's some cliches. Go with it. Don't look back. Make a difference. You can do it, right? What does this word say right now? What does this word say? Impossible, right? But what's he doing? Stepping on what? I am. That makes him now what? Duh. Makes it possible. It's that easy, right? Hey, I'm not a rocket scientist. I don't even play it on TV. But I know a little bit about leadership. About 25 years worth in the service. Oh, we'll get to that. All right. Excellence. The quality of being outstanding or extremely good. Oxford Living Dictionary. Now, Aristotle said this: are your repeatedly do. Therefore, excellence is not an act, but a what? A habit. If you chew gum all your life, what's probably going to happen to your teeth? Hear me out. They're going to rot out. If I drink beer and eat pizza my whole life, what's probably going to happen to me? Come on. I want to be fat. Fatter. How you doing? And probably alcoholic. Both bad, right? Therefore, it's a habit. It's a habit to be excellent. Start putting in your mind right now. Does that mean you're going to be excellent right now? Nope. Does that mean I'm excellent right now? Nope. But I'm working towards it. We got to be working towards the goal, right? We never want to go back. In that business 101, work towards the goal. Are you in this business class? How you doing? No, you don't have to answer me. It's rhetorical. In this business class, we work towards. We work towards the goal, right? Work towards the goal. All right. So, do in secret. See what it says next to do in secret? Who can read that? Mama. I love Mama. Mama told me when I was a little boy. She said, Kenny, that's what she called me, Kenny. You call me Mr. Doing. She said, Kenny, whatever you do, be the best at it you can be. If you're a trash picker-upper, be the best trash picker-upper in the country. And you know what? I'm 51, so for 45 years, I tried to be the best of what I could be at whatever I've done. And I'll show you in a minute that it paid off. From that simple phrase my mama told me when I was about this tall. Copy? You with me? All right. So, little Kenny Doolin, right? That's me, little Kenny Doolin. Well, like back then. I was born in 1966. I grew up in Coffeyville, Kansas, right? What's Coffeyville, Kansas known for? You ever heard of the Dalton Gang? Probably not. All right, these idiots robbed two banks at the same time, right? They all got killed. They was robbing their own money. How you doing? Not too smart. That's where I'm from. How you doing? What's tell you about me? Woo! How you doing? All right. Oh, it must be early.
It's for
Must be
sure.
early. Oh, typo. I got to get on my secretary. She missed that typo. Oh, I was the oldest of 6 siblings. My parents divorced at a very young age. Now, as I go through this, I want you to start thinking to yourself, am I like he was? Do I come from the same background he came from? And if I do, what can I do to better myself? All right? My stepdad was an alcoholic abuser. I grew up watching let me preface something. Whatever I say from this point on is about me, all right? Not about you. But I'm trying to tell you where I come from, where I was at, and where I'm at now. Copy? Pick up what I put down? All right. My stepdad, abuser, alcoholic. He beat me a couple times. But now I know how to treat my kids. Now I know how to treat my wife, right? So my childhood wasn't a very good childhood. Anybody? Don't raise your hands. Anybody been there? Went to high school, worked 3 jobs in high school, played every sport in the book. Why? I didn't want to be at home. Anybody been there? Don't raise your hand. Anybody been there? Growing old is mandatory, but growing up is optional. I'm just a big kid. You know what I'm saying? How you doing? I like to have fun in life. Life is too short not to have fun. But you're saying, oh, Mr. Doolin, you don't know me. I got to be in this class, Miss Porterfield, learning this old boring applications, computer stuff. I'm going to tell you right now, what's the history, ladies and gentlemen? What's the history? What's the future? What's our future? It's right in front of you. It behooves you, this is a plug, it behooves you to pay attention and get as much as you can about computers because this is the future. Taking a master class right now. Guess what I'm on every night? Every night. I'm on my computer at home. Right? It's the future. Pay attention. All right. Shirley Davis said that. All right. Ken Doolin. Right? So grade school, Van Steele, Coffeyville, Kansas, about 15,000 population. Now it's down to about 10. Because nobody wants to live there besides drug dealers and hoodlums. So now I went to college. Good times, right? I think I majored in probably drinking beer and chasing the opposite sex. But that's what you can do. It's not hard. You can do it. I think I had a .09 grade point average my first semester. You know, that's not good. So, but look at this. What does this say? What does this say? I want you to remember that. Everybody say it with me. Teacher. Everybody say it again. Teacher. Remember that. Remember that. 5 years in college. What's the next bullet say? Didn't graduate, right? Met my first wife. Joined the Army in '89. Went to Fort Bliss, Texas. I went to Pittsburgh State University before I went to the Army. I divorced my first wife, moved to Washington State, Fort Lewis, while I was in the Army, right? So now I'm a young PFC and E3 in the Army. Anybody want to go in the service? I'll talk to you. You can talk to me later. Send me an email, right? I'll leave my cards. Here's the bottom line. When you graduate high school, you're going to do one of three things. Guess what that is? You're going to get a job, you're going to go to college, or you're going to what? You're going to go to the service. Thank you, Miss Jen. You're going to go to the military. Don't do the fourth. What's the fourth? Where do him and I work at? Don't go to jail. If I ever see where I'm at, I'm going to make your life. All right, move right along. Stay out of trouble. All right, so, dueling from college, right? Now I'm a soldier, and I'm a student. So this is soldier, student, dueling. I'm in the Army, right? I received my first bachelor's degree. Let me back up a minute. So when I went through college the first time, I was going to be a what? I wanted to be a what? Teacher, right? And then life happened. I joined the Army. I knew the Army wouldn't let me student teach for a whole year. So I transferred all my credits to another degree. We'll get there. So I went to war. How many of you heard about Desert Storm? That's what I'm talking about. That's more than I thought it would. All right, very nice, very nice. I went to Desert Storm, came back, met my second wife. There's no more. I'm not going to have any more wives. I've been with my present wife for 26 years. We have 2 beautiful children, one of which is in the Air Force at Mountain Home. The other one works around here with the family. So we're moving in the right direction. So I got out of the Army. I went back to school to be a what? To be a teacher. That's twice, right? That's twice. So I received my second bachelor's degree in social work back in the Army, right? So then in 2001, what's that say? Got out of the Army, right? Can I make up my mind? East and West. Nope. Slide. I'm talking to myself. Slide. I got it in my hand. All right. In 2001, I made the best decision in my entire life. I crossed over to the blue, meaning I crossed over to the Air Force, right? So I was enlisted in the Army. I went through ROTC, went back in the Army as an officer. I got smart, became a captain, and then crossed over to the Air Force as a captain, right? I deployed again, back to war. You know, anybody heard of OIF? Operation Enduring Freedom, Operation Iraqi Freedom. Maybe some of your relatives, maybe your parents went to war as well or been in the service. So I went back to war. That's 3 wars, right? 3 wars. I received my first master's degree from the great state of Oklahoma. Boomer Sooner.
Oh, we've discussed
Not so
this.
much.
Go on.
Oh, move my mom.
Go ahead.
First master's, my man. Who? I remember. I received my first command, meaning they made me a commander. So now I'm in charge of over 700 people and about 30 different activities. What kind of activities? Business activities on base. So can you see my life starting to go north? Which way's north? Up. Can you see where I started out? My childhood? See where I'm going? Now, I got to deploy. I got to PCS. That means I moved my whole family and I went to Germany for 2 years. Went to England for 2 years. The military sent us there, right? When I was there in England, I got an opportunity to go receive my second master's degree. That was at the great state of Alabama. Roll Tide. Air Command and Staff College, the Air Force put me through another master's degree because for some reason, they thought I was moving in the right direction too. Man, what they said, I think mistaken, they doing that. And then I received, there's another typo. I gotta fire him, I guess. I received my second command. So I got the command twice. This time was at Mountain Home Air Force Base. Anybody know where Mountain Home Air Force Base is? All right, fair enough. I got the command there. I was the Force Support Squadron commander, meaning morale, welfare, the gym, the fitness center, the library, the dining facility, child development center, the library. 30 different activities fell on my charge to make people happy. Morale and welfare, right? So then, let's see where we at. Okay, so second master's degree. So now, Lieutenant Colonel Doolin. I left Mountain Home and went down to Texas, and I retired. I got tired 25 years later being in the service. That'd make a man or a woman tired, you know what I'm saying? So I said, that's enough. My wife and I retired. And look, what's this say? Teacher. How many times? 3 times on my slide, right? So look at this. I went to Northridge High School in Layton, Utah, and I was the Air Force Junior ROTC instructor, right? I taught cadets, taught curriculum, Air Force curriculum, good, whatever. I did that for a year, but my wife and I wanted to really get back here to God's country. Idaho, right? No? You don't like it here? No? So, got back to Idaho, and I began what? I began my what career? Huh? Teaching, right? And thank God for Mr. Barber and Miss Porter. She let me in her classroom for 3 months, give or take.
Wow, yeah.
Right? And Mr. Barber let me start my second career as being a teacher. So then I went into now I'm in CTE, which all these business classes fall under career and technical education, right? CTE stuff. So and now I started my third master's degree at the University of Idaho, right, in education. So what's this mean to me? What's this mean to me? What's this word say here? Timing. What's timing mean in respect to the slides thus far? What's timing mean? Being in the right place at the right time, right? But going on, you got to be prepared. What if I'd been here and Mr. Barber said, let me see your resume. My resume don't have anything on it. You think I would have got an opportunity to teach? No. Be ready. You got to be ready. All the time, you got to be ready. So, my last slide. I put this up here, not to brag, but do you remember our first slide when I said how I grew up? What I grew up around? In that crappy town? Right? Look at me now. A bachelor's of general studies, a bachelor's of social work, a master's in human relations, a master's in military operational art and science, a standard occupational specialist CTE certification. We'll have my CTE administrator cert in May of 18. Working on my third master's degree. I'm an ordained pastor. I retired lieutenant colonel in the Air Force after 25 years. I'd like to call myself a motivational speaker. Do you feel motivated this morning? Besides being tired, being Friday, and freshmen don't like to talk about, despite all that, do you feel motivated this morning? No. All right, fair enough. I've submitted my first book idea. I've trademarked my own quote. I'm the work-based learning coordinator at the Idaho Department of Juvenile Corrections in Nampa. And I'm a husband, a father, and a grandfather. And I left something off there. I'm also a college online adjunct professor from Northwest University out of Kirkland, Washington. Now, think back to where I came from. Think back to where you may be right now and ask yourself, can I get or precede where that guy up there talking is? Yes. The sky's the limit for you young people. You can do whatever you want to do. Copy? All right. So bottom line is this. I went from zero, and in my own mind, I went to hero. How you doing? Questions? For the first time. What? 30 minutes? 25 minutes? Give or take? Questions? Nothing? Why'd I go into teaching? Why'd I go into service? Nothing? Wow.
Oh, you got one.
Oh, yes.
What exactly do you do at the juvenile?
If I told you, I have to kill you. No, what I do, I teach ServSafe food handler certification. I teach custodial technician certification. And I teach the mighty, the wonderful, the all-knowing, all-glowing business application certification. Microsoft Office. And we've had not one, not two, but 3 students get their Microsoft Office certification first time in history at my center. Not because of me, but because of how I sold the program to them, and they get it. They get it. So you guys get an opportunity to get that certification. And I also take kids out to the community to help them volunteer and give back to the community, right? That great question. Anybody else? Anybody else? Nobody? All right. So give me the numbers, and I'll bring them back one of these, okay?
Okay.
I'll bring them back. Would you guys all wear one of these if I gave you one? Accountability breeds excellence. Would you know how to say what this means if somebody asks you why you wear that bracelet? Would you know what to say? Self-accountability, family accountability, team accountability, peer accountability. We need accountability, especially in Washington. All right. Well, thank you for your time.